get it popping. Let's get it popping. Microphones at. Let's see. Let's see. Think y'all can hear me? Get this audio right for y'all. Check. Think that's cool. Think y'all can hear me. What's going on, y'all? Doing another Scrum Master Live Q&A. Gonna be getting started here in a second. Quick second. Testing. I think y'all can hear that audio. Yeah, y'all should be good. Yeah. Testing out our connection. Oh yeah, we ready. I think we ready. Good to go. What's up, y'all? Yeah, it's me. I'm back from vacation. Back on this grind. Back to work. Want to appreciate you all for joining us today. Victor Adetiba, Mansa Tech Training Academy. Just wanted to get on here and answer some questions and see, how it can be helpful today, kind of spreading this gospel of technology today. So if you guys have any questions, you guys can drop them in the chat. I got a couple of emails. I'm going to go through a couple of comments on some past videos that I wanted to address with you all. So I'm here. I got I don't know, 20, 30 minutes maybe to spend. Get to some of these questions. So if you guys aren't already subscribed, you guys got to go subscribe to our YouTube channel, scrumlife.com, scrumlife, SCRUM, life.com. I don't think I have a lower third for that. But if you need me to, I can text you guys that information as well, so you guys can get subscribed. So you guys can text Scrum to 469-382-5890. I'll send you guys a link to our Scrum Life YouTube page, so you guys can get all of the content that I teach about and train about there, as well as get you guys subscribed to our text list, so you all have an opportunity to attend one of our upcoming Mansa Tech webinar Wednesdays. I got that box in the back, some new lights that I ordered. I might move it in a minute, but we're just gonna leave it there for now. But yeah, text Scrum 469-382-5890. I got a really great new series I just started called Mansa Tech Mindset Mondays, where I post some videos just about mindset, getting your mindset right. One of the things a lot of people struggle with as they're making this transition into technology is their mindset piece, right? They have a lot of limiting beliefs that keep them doubting and cause them to believe that they can't do this thing, that they can't make this change, that they aren't who they need to be to make this transition. So that series is really focused on helping hone and shape your mindset and getting people to be who they need to become, right? Or become who they need to be. So you guys can go there, scrumlife.com, for that. So I had a few questions, a few comments from some subscribers there. One of the questions was, are there any prerequisites to becoming a Scrum Master? So the short answer to that is no. There really aren't any kind of true prerequisites in the sense of you must do this or you must have completed this to be a Scrum Master. But what I will say is that there are some skills that you should come in with. So not so much prerequisites, but more skill sets. And so some good skill sets for a Scrum Master to have is one, to be a really good communicator. And so the better a communicator you are, the easier a job you'll have as a Scrum Master. I think it's going to be really difficult for someone to make that transition into working as a Scrum Master if you aren't a good communicator, because a lot of what you do in your job as a Scrum Master is communicating. That's communicating with your team, that's communicating with leaders, that's communicating with people outside your team to help your team operate more effectively, efficiently, and really even within the team, helping the team communicate better with one another. So you got to be a really great listener, masterful communicator, problem solver. A lot of times you may have to resolve some conflict, so it'd be good if you had some mediation skills, coaching skills, teaching skills. All of these are skills that you'll probably eventually need at some point in your career as a Scrum Master. And so if you come in having those skills, you're going to be an even stronger candidate as a Scrum Master once you begin interviewing and you have the opportunity to start working on teams. So I see a lot of people from education get into Scrum that do really well at it. And that's just because they've got those facilitation skills, they've got those teaching skills, they've got those dealing with multiple stakeholders or educator skills, if you will. So if you're someone who's had a history in education, whether as a teacher, a diagnostician, a principal, or any other type of administration that works within the realm of an education system, whether it's a private school, public school, high school, college, or university. We've had people from all those different walks of life come through the program and see a tremendous amount of success. Actually, educators or people from the education profession are one of the groups that have the highest success rate coming through the program. So if that's you, I definitely encourage you to sign up for our MasterTech webinar Wednesdays, find out more, go to our website, academy.mastertech.com, and watch our webinar. The website should answer some questions for you about the program. And then if you've got any additional questions, again, feel free to reach out. You guys can send a text message to 4693-258-90 with any questions that you guys have. And so I am live. I see a few people kind of tuning in. If you guys have questions that you want to ask or anything that's kind of been on your mind about Scrum or making the transition into technology in general, you guys can comment on Facebook or on YouTube, and I'll see the comments as well as the questions, and I'll be able to respond to them right now in real time. I got some private messages that say, how's my vacation? Vacation was great. Birthday was great. Still celebrating the birthday, right? 40 resort birthday. So that was amazing. But yeah, I'm back, back to business. It was an amazing experience, and I look forward to taking more of those types of vacations with my wife and family in the future. And I really want an opportunity to be able to take some of those vacations with some additional students from the program. I'm really looking forward to it. We got a lot of amazing students that have been able to tremendously increase their earning and move into another tax bracket, and so now they've got a lot of disposable income. I see my students traveling. I see y'all out there. I see my graduates traveling and living their best Scrum life. So I look forward to hopefully putting something together in the future where we can all kind of go hang out, have fun, enjoy, bring the family, and still, of course, in Master Tech fashion, have some sort of educational element to it so that we can still kind of learn and grow as Scrum Masters and find out kind of what the different organizations we're working at are doing, what's working well, what isn't working, come up with some best practices, and really just continue to move and evolve our art, right, of Scrum, right? Evolve our skill set as agilists in the industry. So I look forward to helping put some of those together. Got another question. If someone's looking to get certified, do we have classes this month? So yes, we've got, actually we don't have a class. The class for this month is already passed, but if you're looking to get certified as a Scrum Master, we have some SAFe certification classes coming up for April, and those classes are going to be April 15th and 16th. And so you can sign up for that at safe.mansatech.com so you can get your SAFe Scrum Master certification as well. And we've got a couple of other classes that are going to be coming up later in the year. The Leading Safe Agilist, as well as the POPM, Product Owner, Product Manager class for SAFe. And if you're looking to pick up another certification like your CSM certification, you guys can always reach out to me, and I'll send you guys to a company that we partner with here locally that gives classes, nationwide, virtually. So I'd love to get you guys tapped in with them as well. So let's see. I think that's all of the questions from YouTube. Some reading material. Okay, so the book I'm reading right now is by Mike Cohn, and I believe it's User Stories Applied. So you guys can look for that book. Another book that I'm going to be reading as part of our, or continuing to read as part of our Scrum Master Book Club, is 97 Things Every Scrum Practitioner Should Know. It's over there on my bookshelf. I won't go grab it right now, but 97 Things Every Scrum Practitioner Should Know. So we've gotten through 2 chapters of that so far with our book club. And if you guys are interested in joining our book club, you guys can go to scrumlife.com. Again, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you guys will get a notification when our next reading is happening of the 3rd chapter of that book. And that book is by Gunther Varen. So you guys are more than welcome to come join our Scrum Life book club. We'd love to have you guys there. That's a little bit of reading material. I think another one maybe Coaching Agile Teams by Lisa Atkins. That's always a goodie that some of our educators love to suggest. And then, of course, Jeff Sutherland's book, Scrum, The Art of Doing Twice the Work in Half the Time. That's another really great book to read if you're interested in transitioning to a career as a Scrum Master, or if you just want to get to know a little bit more about what Scrum Masters do. Scrum, The Art of Doing Twice the Work in Half the Time. I think that's it for our YouTube questions. Got another question about instructors, right? So how do we run the program? So in our program, we've got a total of 3 different instructors. We've got currently 3 different instructors. We've got Tiara, who's our freshman instructor. We've got Bab, who is our sophomore and junior instructor. And then we've got CL, who is our senior instructor. And so as you go through the program and you work on different parts of the curriculum and you complete your class project, you will graduate and be able to move up to the next instructor with the next cohort or group of students. And so our classes have a rolling start date. And so every Monday we start our new students. I think we got maybe 4 or 5 new students this month, and I look forward to maybe trying to get 3 to 5 more students in this month as well, because people have been kind of reaching out, trying to take advantage of the birthday celebration special that we're running right now. So if you guys are interested in that as well, I encourage you to join our Master Tech Webinar Wednesdays. We're going to be running that special through the end of this month. And so students can get up to $2,000 off of the cost of their tuition, just depending on which tuition package it is that they're interested in. So again, you guys can send a text message to, let me see if I can put that number up. Text Scrum to 469-382-5890. That's Scrum to 469-382-5890. and that will get you an invitation to our Mansa Tech Webinar Wednesdays. And then on our Webinar Wednesdays call, I'll discuss kind of what that discount looks like, how to take advantage of that birthday pricing. And again, that's going to be available to the end of this month. You can get up to, again, $2,000 off of the cost of your tuition. If that's something that you're interested in. So back to our 3 instructors. Students spend on average between 30 to 40-ish days with each instructor as they move through the curriculum. And so we join our classes every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8 p.m. Central. And students have the opportunity to talk about the work that they've done throughout the week, ask questions, get support. I join on Wednesdays and give an impromptu lesson. So that lesson could be based on either something I've been working on during the week with my 9 to 5 or a new piece of curriculum that I've been working on, or it could be based on specific questions that students have that evening. And so that's an opportunity for students to, ask questions and get a longer format kind of custom lesson based on whatever it is in the backlog, in their curriculum, in their assignments that they've been working on. So we do a deep dive, usually every Wednesday. And then, of course, we have our new job alerts that we do. So as old students or more tenure students get job offers, we have new job alerts that we do. So our students will have an opportunity to join, to listen in on the new job alert. So we discuss the job offer, what company they got the offer with, how long they've been in the program, kind of what the most difficult part of the program was for them, the amount of the new offer they received, kind of what their background was. They have an opportunity to shout out, people in the program who stood out to them and specifically supported them, or maybe referred them to the job. And so that's a really amazing opportunity for us to all get together and just kind of celebrate the hard work that folks have been putting in over the last few months as they get their job offers. So that's an amazing alert. I'm always excited to send out whenever one of my students calls me or texts me about a new job offer that they received. Let's see, what other questions do we got coming through? Yes, we have a curriculum that is online. So the curriculum, you get access to it. We got it posted on Teachable. And so as you work through the curriculum, we've got about somewhere between 90 and 100 different assignments that students have to complete to allow them to really graduate and from our program and be in a position to where they're ready to start interviewing. So if you guys are interested in learning more, again, academy.mansatech.com. We got a copy of our webinar at the top of the page that you guys can watch that. After you've watched that, if you still got some questions, you still want to connect, you want to meet with me one-on-one or a member of our staff one-on-one to ask some additional questions or get some feedback or some counseling, shoot us a text message. We are always open to getting on the phone and having that discussion with you all. My background. All right. So my background, I've worked in desktop support. I've worked in as a refresh tech. So I'll go through and kind of give you guys a breakdown of what each of these are. So refresh tech is someone who got a crying kid in the house. They're back from school. But a refresh tech is someone who goes into an office and breaks down all of the old equipment that they're using. So keyboard, mouse, monitor, printer, breaks all of that old stuff down, puts it in a box to be shipped off or recycled somewhere, and set up new machines. So I'm setting up a new monitor, new keyboard, new mouse, new computer, imaging it, mapping it to the network printer so that people would come in the next day, and this was at Wells Fargo, people could come in the next day and start working business as usual. They wouldn't miss a beat because the new machine would have all of the same software because we imaged it as a copy from their old machine. It would have their profile on it so they could log in with their username, their password, their printer is still there, all of that stuff. So I did that for a few months overnight for, actually it's funny, but Walmart as well as Wells Fargo. And then from there I did some telephone support for, it's funny again, Walmart, where there were people who went into the stores to check the planogram or to make sure that the items that they had on shelves matched with the way they were supposed to be laid out. So there's a very specific picture or layout of each section of the store. And so they used Palm Pilots. And so when they needed support or help with those devices, either uploading images or downloading images, they would call me and I would walk them through a series of steps to help them complete either the resetting of that device or actually upload it or download the images that they needed. From there, I had the opportunity to work at Microsoft on the Xbox 360 team. I think it was the 360, Xbox Live, Xbox 360. So the first version of the Xbox that was able to go online and have virtual gaming. The team that I worked on was responsible for rolling that out and providing support for that. So I worked global escalations, tier 3 escalations, and yeah, we got emails escalated up from tier 1 and tier 2. From there, I went to work at a company called YPO, Young Presidents Organization, and I was doing a lot of stuff there. I was doing refresh tech work. So some offices I would be replacing hardware. I was imaging machines for new employees and wiping machines for old ones. I was managing the back office. So all of the inventory for all of our employees globally that we had, I would make the orders. Was responsible for shipping it out to them. If some stuff got damaged or needed to be replaced, that was all me. I also did support for our, I'll call it professional networking platform. So as members would have issues, they would contact us, and if there were bugs, I would document those and submit those to an engineering team to do that work. And so that was kind of one of the first times that I had the opportunity to kind of engage with the Scrum team, knowing what a Scrum team was, but I hadn't quite yet gotten into Scrum as a Scrum Master yet. And so kind of around that same time as I was doing that support, I was also, I got a cousin in Houston that has a software development company. And so he developed software for healthcare organizations. And so I had the opportunity to work with him in developing a few different software platforms that were later purchased and acquired. And, you know, we had tremendous success with that. So these are softwares that managed the billing for insurance companies and healthcare providers. So this could be a home health nurse, a personal assisted care nurse, any type of physician that would usually go in home to see someone. We had a software platform that those healthcare providers could use to document the type of care that was provided, document patient vitals, and then submit that documentation at the end of the month in bulk to the insurance providers so that they could get paid. Went on to build a couple of other software projects with him. But so I was kind of doing that in between the time I was also working at Microsoft and YPO and kind of learning more about Scrum and software development. Shortly after that, I had the opportunity to work at Toyota, and worked at Toyota as a Skype for Business engineer. And actually, that's kind of where I got my feet wet as a Skype for Business subject matter expert and engineer at the previous company. Took that skill set into Toyota as a trainer for Skype for Business. And when Skype for Business changed over to Microsoft Teams, became a Microsoft Teams trainer and subject matter expert as well, and engineer for that as well, because we were submitting issues to a specific team and we were working in the back end of the system, managing that. And actually, I did have a stint at Microsoft between that transition, again, between YPO and Toyota, where I was actually an Office 365 engineer. And so for businesses that had enterprise licenses, I was an engineer that helped them migrate their systems or their services over, set up new services, propagate accounts, a whole bunch of real technical stuff that I was doing, that real specific skill set that I learned at Microsoft, which, again, if you're interested in making a transition into technology, although Scrum is kind of what we're focused on at Mansa Tech, there are a lot of different ways that you can also make that transition. It doesn't just have to be through Scrum, right? I started as a hardware tech. then went to software support, then went to, right? So there are all these different paths that you can take, just kind of depending on what your interest is and what your skill set is. And I've earned, early in my career, anything from, I think the lowest end was around 14 to $16 an hour, all the way up to around $40 an hour, right? And so these skills, and these are all without a degree and even without a certification, up until $40 an hour, right? Which is around 80K. All of these skill sets are things that you can learn, I would say, relatively easily online, as long as you're willing to dedicate yourself and stay focused in becoming better and honing that skill set. So many of these organizations put free courses online on their websites, on YouTube, inexpensive courses on Udemy that you can purchase for as low as $5, $10, that will prepare you to move into one of these career paths. And the most important thing, again, is getting your foot into the door and then finding out what's next. And so that's one of the beautiful things about my trajectory, my career path. Literally every company that I worked in, every one of those jobs that I told you about that I had, there was something I learned, somebody I met, some conversation I had that opened my eyes up to another way that I could pivot and take the current skills that I had, learn something a little bit more, and apply it there and get an extra $5 an hour, an extra $10 an hour, an extra $15 an hour. And so as long as you're hungry, as long as you've got a thirst for knowledge, as long as you're willing to continue learning, there's so many different aspects of technology that you could get into that it's you probably can't even fathom it. I just happened to kind of find my niche in Scrum, based on some of the skills that I had previously, and I've been able to encourage a lot of other students and individuals to kind of make this similar transition into Scrum as well. So I don't know that I'll be in Scrum in, maybe 10 years, because hopefully I will have found something else that I can apply the skills that I learned in Scrum to, so that I can make another pivot and continue to move up in my career. But, for people who are looking to make that transition, I think Scrum is an excellent potential entry point if you've got the right background, if you've kind of got the right skill set, and it's not something that you necessarily need to still hone. Maybe if you've already worked as a business professional in some other industry. So again, academy.mansatech.com. Still taking questions. If you guys want to send a text message, you can text Scrum to 469-382-5890, so you can get our text blast list. Follow us on YouTube. Subscribe to our channel. We've got a lot of informational content, a lot of educational content that's already posted there, and that we plan to continue to post. If you want to get certified as a Scrum Master, as a safe Scrum Master, you guys can go to safe.mansatech.com and sign up for one of our upcoming courses, or you can send a text message to this number asking for the website or the schedule of our courses, and we'll definitely direct you there. That's about all that I got for now. I think I've been here for probably way too long, 30 minutes. I appreciate you guys joining me. You guys know how to get in contact with me. Peace. Y'all have a wonderful evening.